Tonight, we want to focus on three countries, all neighbors of Ukraine, Poland, Romania and Moldova. They've chosen different responses to the war. One has embraced pacifism, another neutrality, and the third, military alignment with the West. And all three have been impacted by what's happening in Ukraine. It's time for our series called The Frontline States. Let's begin with Poland. 3.2 million people have fled Ukraine to this country since the war began. That's more than 6% of Ukraine's population. So Poland has opened its doors and its arms industry. Poland is supplying weapons to Ukraine. It's also become a hub for foreign fighters who want to join the Ukrainian army. Some 18,000 people from 44 countries have come here to fight Russia. They're joining the Polish units, undergoing training, and then they're sent into Ukraine. Poland is also sharing intelligence with Ukraine, and some reports say it's even participating in combat. The question is, how much is Poland risking? Do they have an obligation to protect their eastern border? Poland is part of NATO. Article 5 of the NATO Charter says an attack on one member is an attack on all members. But that's not what Poland is talking about. They're talking about something else, an obligation of a different kind. Here's what the Polish president said last month. I'm quoting, "We must help Ukraine now because if Ukraine falls, we will be next." This is what Poland's defense minister said on national television. "We must be aware that if Ukraine falls, we will face an onslaught, a hybrid onslaught at a minimum, and we will be the next target." There's no mention of NATO here, only Poland's own fears. So how does Warsaw plan to defend itself? By joining the sanctions and by sending weapons to Kyiv? Well, those are two very different things. We don't know how long this war will drag on. And remember, Poland shares a 328-kilometer border with Ukraine. Defending that border cannot be just about weapons and sanctions. It needs a strong military. Unfortunately, Poland's military spending is less than 2% of their GDP. Compare that to the UK, which spends 2.3%, or the US, which spends 3.2%. It's important to spend on defense when you share borders with an aggressive autocracy like Russia. But Poland doesn't seem too keen on doing that. Same cannot be said about Romania. This country is also sending weapons to Ukraine. Their parliament passed a law last week to allow the export of weapons. Romania is also hosting American warships and aircraft. In fact, F-16 fighter jets from the US Air Force have arrived in Romania. What explains this tough stance? Well, history for starters. Romania was a part of the Soviet Union once. It knows what it's up against. Plus, there's the precedent of Transnistria, a breakaway region of Moldova, which is still occupied by Russian troops. So Romania is prepared to take on Russia, unlike Poland, it seems. Romania also has a bigger army. Its military spending is 2.39% of the GDP. Which brings us to the final country in our list, Moldova. So that's the situation on the ground. The three frontline states are preparing to resist Russia. But remember, their first priority is to protect their own citizens. Poland has opened its doors to Ukrainian refugees. Romania is hosting American warships. Moldova is trying to buy weapons. All three countries are looking out for themselves first, and there's nothing wrong with that. But as they do, they must also prepare for the worst-case scenario, a full-scale Russian invasion. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this.